Hello and welcome to Alternative Radio Cardiff. Today we're with Edison Junction and Nicky Pendry, you're here as well, aren't you?
What's going on? It's been a long time.
So how are you doing, guys? You alright?
Yeah,
You're very good, thank you very much.
Good. So just to kick things off then, what's the first song you're going to play us?
We're going to play the first song was the first single that we brought out. It's called Tomorrow Becomes Today.
Here we go.
Alternative Radio Cardiff, RKM.
You can't stop time from flowing right away. Tomorrow becomes today. You can't stop time. It won't wait for you to change. Tomorrow becomes today. And every day our world is turning orbit. We've grown older, looking out across the universe. Everyone's older. Do you know why it happens every day? Tomorrow becomes today. Do you know why time won't slip away? Tomorrow becomes today. And every day our world is turning orbit. We grow older, looking out across the universe. Everyone's older. And every day our world is turning orbit. We grow older, looking out across the universe. Everyone's older. You can't stop time from flowing right away. Tomorrow becomes today. You can't stop time. It won't wait for you to change. Tomorrow becomes today. You can't stop time from flowing right away. Tomorrow becomes today. You can't stop time.
That was Tomorrow Becomes Today. So, boys, tell me a little bit about yourselves. Come on. I want to know everything, right? Because I've come into this now. It's been a while since I've done this. I want to know everything about you.
Well,
what colour pants you got on.
You're going to need
everything.
a lot of time because we've been around a long time, so you're going to need a lot of time if you want to know everything.
All right, then maybe the bare bones then. Come on, let's have it.
Well, focus on the band. We started off. Neither of us have been involved with music for quite some time, though we have been involved in our youth or whatever, in our younger
So how
days.
old are you guys now, if you don't mind me asking? Or is it a gentleman's prerogative?
I'm 23.
We got, for the listeners, we've got Ian and Eric, yeah?
Ian and Eric, yeah, I'm Ian.
I'm happy
yeah.
to. Yeah, I'm going to be 70 in September.
Yeah, you don't look it.
I was just about to say that, you don't look it, no.
There's a horrible portrait of me in the attic, you know.
Well, you're going to have to get that down later.
So let's just rip it all the way back 70 years. And so how do you guys meet and how do you guys get started?
Right, okay, that's a good one. Go ahead.
Well, I was sitting in the cottage pub having a drink, and it was quite busy in there, and this bloke just come up to me and said, also, my wife was, this bloke comes up and said, oh, sorry, there's a spare seat there, do you mind if we sit with you, because there's nowhere to sit, I'll drink my pint. And we got chatting, and that's how we started off. We just started talking about music and discovered we both have given up music for a long time, and we got songs that we wanted to put together but didn't have somebody to work with on them. So
what year was that?
that was 2016.
Oh, okay.
So in 4 years, 5 years, we've done an album a year. The last 5.
That's brilliant. You've been busy boys then.
Well, yeah, we
Well, we haven't got a lot of time, you see.
But what has been driving you guys then to work so hard then
I
over the
think
last
the
4
simple
years?
thing is that, I think, all right, people get into music for all sorts of reasons, but for a lot of people that play music, it's just the music is in you. You've got to play it. And I mean, exactly what Ian said. I stopped playing in bands for a while and didn't bother. I was still recording demos of my own stuff. But when you get an outlet, then you get an opportunity to do it, and then you're driven to do it. I've got 20 or 30 demos on my machine at the moment because I'm still, working with Ian as really sort of incentivized me to, to actually write new stuff.
So do you, as you're getting older then, do you write music more to express yourself rather than to follow trends like a lot of younger bands are doing, or is it solely now to express?
I don't write very many love songs anymore. No. That way,
I bet your wife would be.
Yeah, I mean the themes on the Tone Mind album are they're very cerebral, if you like. We talk about multiple personalities, we talk about artificial intelligence taking over the world. It's that sort of stuff. So we But if there are tracks that we'll talk about later on that are about emotions, we still do have a heart ticking in the body somewhere.
We do tend to focus on stuff which is about getting older. So tomorrow becomes today. Actually. It started off because as a project manager. So as a project manager, you run out. Your biggest enemy is running out of time.
What is your day job?
My day job. Well, I'm retired now, but I did have a kind of career in IT, project management and stuff. And but the last job I had was working for a co-op funeral service.
That sounds like a right laugh.
Yeah, no. So that was. So
And that's not how you met.
No. That's not about that. No, he is a prospective customer. Yeah. That would be
Discount.
You're gonna get commission from him, yeah. So going back to music, would you say over the years you fell out of love with the music scene and with the industry?
Music scene, yeah. I mean, I think. Going back to the 80s, I sort of lost interest for a while. But I mean, big sort of theme for me had been blues, and blues is timeless. So played in blues bands in the Gwent Valleys for years when I was living in Crickhowell. But also I'm interested in prog rock, and I'm interested in jazz fusion and stuff like that. Ian and I got like an overlap. That he goes more melodic and I go more.
I find that works best though. Like when someone's over the opposite ends of the spectrum, they always come together with some really interesting stuff.
Yeah,
that's what we try to do.
Yeah, and it often takes something I've started and it make it
completely different. Go the other way with it,
and significantly better.
Oh, okay. It's a compliment, is it? Is it a compliment, though?
Well, we do try and work to complement each other. That's the Edison is Eric Davis and Ian Shopland. That's where it comes from.
I like.
We tried to find a drummer called Orville North, but that just couldn't finish off. We couldn't find one.
This is true.
And the Junction bit is just coming together to work together, sort of thing. So
Yeah. So tell us about the first album then.
Oh, that's very eclectic.
Very eclectic mix of
13
stuff.
13 songs on it.
Yeah. The first
Unlucky for some.
Yeah. First track on it. I mean, we've had some fun with some of the tracks on it. Please Come Home. We just got this thing. Sir Tom would be singing it great. Would do a great job on it. And so we harassed his production company, his management company, for the best part of 18 months, really. We never got a reply from him for anything.
We'll try and get it.
But I just can see Sir Tom, doing a great job.
It would have been perfect track for his latest album that went top seller, so it would have been great.
Yeah. But there's a mix of, there's some songs that I kind of written with other people, one or two other people. Yeah. And then songs that we wrote together, got in the room together, and other songs Eric just brought. So it was a mixture of all of those things.
Yeah. So my next question was going to be, who's the main instigator of the song?
I probably start most of it.
Most of them, yeah.
And then you
And
finish them.
he starts, he gives me something, and then he says, he thinks he's done his job.
I
then.
do.
So he gives it to me, and he's recorded something, and unless I make him do it again.
I must admit, some of the demos that I've sent over have been, one take, that'll do it. I'll
done it.
sort that out.
So, and then tell me when the album's out, and we want to do some promotion. That's so. I'm the kind of shaper finisher. So.
What are you on about?
So, what's your favourite song then out of this? What does that say?
Right, so it says Kairos Time. A lot of people at Kairos. Kairos is the Greeks have two words for time: chronos, as in your watch, chronometer, and Kairos, which is a special or auspicious time as defined by the gods. Okay. Now, so we started this off. We were looking for I just thought we were really lucky that we had the time to come back to music after all these years, and to be able to find time to do something like make an album. When we first did the album, I was like a kid with won the sweet shop sort of thing, because it was the thought of later in life just coming back to music, rekindling the joy of playing again and singing again, and producing an album which we're pretty proud of.
So where did you go to record the album? Is it all home recorded or?
Yeah, it's in my garage.
Brilliant. I much prefer that, because you're on your own time, in your own space. You become more creative, I find.
We are limited though with equipment, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, yeah. But
we've taken it as far as we can probably with the 4 albums that we've done there. I think we've done a pretty good job. I think, we've had some reviews of the last album where people said that the production could have been a bit better and stuff. But all of that was done during lockdown. So there was no interaction between me and Eric to change anything or work on things.
We were just putting files up on the cloud, drawing it down.
It's a different art though, because once you finish a song, recording is one thing, but getting the mix and mastered is another thing. You have to know how to do that, and doing it yourself is tough. You can send it off to someone, but it's going to cost a lot of money then. I like the rawness of it, to be honest.
I can't afford to go to Ramesh.
Oh, well, I went to Ramesh to do my EP. It cost us like $6,000. Bloody hell. But hey, no, he's fantastic.
He's a good boy, a very good boy.
Right, let's talk about the second album then, which is Falling Through Space.
Well, before we go on to that one,
All right,
what's your okay? What's your favourite song out of this?
My favourite of that is a song called "Take Me Back to Memphis," which one of our friends who played keyboard on it said it reminded him of Deep Purple, which is a compliment as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, well, we're going to play that now.
Okay. Whoa,
see what I did then?
You're going off-piste now?
I've got off-piste, yeah. So we'll play that now to give guys a little bit of an idea about this first album.
Kairos Time.
So here we are. This is Take Me Back to Memphis.
Alternative Radio Cardiff, ARC FM.
Everybody's jumping, I'm shaking like a fool. Take me back to Memphis, this life is so. Take me back to Memphis, oh, hold me in its arms. Take me back to Memphis, I need to be a charm. Everybody's jumping, oh, tell me what I find.
So that was Take Me Back to Memphis. And you're right, Ian, I didn't ask you what your favourite song was off the album. My apologies. Well, what is your favourite song off the
I
album?
got to be honest, I was going to say to you, can you give me the track list? Because I can't remember what's on it.
You can't say Take Me Back to Memphis now.
I don't know. I mean, I have a real difficulty in trying to work out what the best track is, because it is a bit like, and I've heard other people say this, and I think it's a bit corny, but having produced 3 albums, the amount of time you put in on it, I find it really, it's like choosing between your children. It is really hard, and some days I like different songs. I suppose the song that means the most to me is a track called Save Me, which was when I finished work. I won in very good shape. And it's a track which is a thank you to my wife putting up with me and basically saving me.
And I would say that is in the live set, and it's always we get a huge cheer for it. It's a lovely tune, lovely sentiment.
Well, going back to songs being, choosing between your children, which would be the problem child? Because there's always a problem child in an album. Which was a difficult one to write and get finished?
I might have to look at that.
You've got your glasses on.
Yeah, focusing on this album. We got another 2 albums in front of me, yeah. Because I always find there's always one track that you're like, it does my head in to finish or record.
But tell you the one that gets it, because the other thing is that we tend to do the albums and then we got a live band. We play as a live band as well. As
How
a
many
four-piece live band. And the songs, we don't get to play them, which is a big mistake, before we actually record them. And some of them, they change, and they're much better after we played them. So the one I love the most is Wrong Ron, which is a song Eric wrote, which is about him getting done for speeding in Penarth Road. So, I got busted. He sings the opening line is, I got busted down south.
Well, it's south of you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true.
And it basically means he got done for speeding down in Penarth Road. So that's down south.
How fast were you going?
52, I believe, in a 30-mile-hour limit.
You naughty man. Oh.
So when we play it live, we do an intro say that we have got a few wrong uns in the band, and he's a single wrong un, and he's a single wrong. He's a double wrong un. So
Just a little bit of rock and roll still left.
Oh yeah,
Just a TV out the window just to keep the spice alive.
Horlicks and rock and roll. That's all it's all about.
Horlicks and rock and roll. No Rolls Royces in pools now. No.
Not an alcoholics.
Oh yeah.
Right. So tell us about the second album then, which is Falling Through Space, if I'm not.
That's a heavier album. This is quite, as you said, eclectic. It's got folk rock on it. It's got blues. It's got rock songs on it. It's got some lovely ballads on it. But that's a stronger song, and there's a
a bit of a contrast. There's 13 tracks on the first album. There's only 7.
a lot of
I
people.
was tired.
Yeah. Well, it comes with age, yeah.
Well, it started. I was just going to be an EP. We had this idea we'd do an EP, but it was
Extended.
I think we're going to do 5 tracks for an EP. I think is the definition of an EP. I don't know what an EP is these days, but and we did 7, so we called it an album. And
Actually, people who come to see us live were quite critical of that. They said we were ripping them off because of this.
But there are longer tracks on it.
They are longer.
Was this cheaper? No, but going back to an EP, I always remember, buying your son's first EP, the Blackout.
Yeah.
And we'll come back to that story a different time because I'm a big fan of that band. But yeah, that's a different story for a different time. But so we're going to be playing Falling Through Space.
No, we're going to play Passed By.
Oh, Passed By for the opening track. Yeah, okay, Passed By. Yeah.
And I think one of the things that we wanted to sort of bring out in this is we've been really, really lucky. Although it's just the 2 of us here, we've had loads and loads of support from other really talented musicians around the Cardiff area. So, for example, on the first album, we had another Eric who helped us on keyboards. There's a guy called Jason, Jay, who plays in a band called The Fugitives.
Great band.
Have you heard of Fugitives? Yeah.
I mean, that's the other thing for you guys. I don't know, just playing some back. There's a whole culture of other bands around which work maybe out of the Earl Haig Club and places like that, where there's some really great musicians playing those bands. They're not all cover bands, but and Jason's he's been playing since he was a teenager. And I got great admiration for people who've played all the way through. I got mates that I was in school with who have played, like, do you know Graffiti? The Graffiti, they play sometimes in the brew house. Alan Gerard is the lead singer there. He stayed with me in a band called Heart Rocker when we were 17, and he's played all the way through. So it's absolutely fantastic.
So, going back to playing live, do you have the go-to musicians you call upon, or do people volunteer the service and pick me sort of thing?
So we first started off, we twisted the arms. We had a 7-piece, which was a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah.
But we did an album launch, and we did a charity album launch. We did raise some money for 10 of us in the BBC Club. We had a great evening doing that.
Oh, Fuel Rock Club just done that recently, haven't they?
Yeah.
The 10 of us.
Oh.
I think so. Anyway, yeah, go on.
We can do it again.
So, I forgot what I was going to say now.
Sorry.
Josh.
People we've been working with.
Oh, yeah. People,
Yeah.
So, on the second album, we had this. It's got on Pass By. Sorry, it's got Andrew Warburton, who is Sam Warburton's uncle, and he's been a friend of mine. We played in a band called Nerve Centre in 1979. We played Dingwalls and places like that. So we were kind of
Dingwalls. Right. Wow, yeah.
And
Camden, isn't it, Dingwalls?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, great. And but Andrew went over to live in Denmark, and he's not. So we chose this because he's not very well at the moment. So I just thought we'd like to get this on there and just say thank you to him for.
Hope he gets well soon, yeah.
So what it is that there's a dual guitar solo between me and Andrew. And,
okay.
So
let's give that a listen to then. So this is called Pass By.
Alternative Radio Cardiff, Arc FM.
Watch the leaf fall down from the tree. It seems to me that it's frozen in time. But when I think back to when I was young, just seems like it was yesterday. What am I to do? What am I to do when time's left me behind? What am I to do? What am I to do?
so that was Passed By. And let's change the subject a little bit, guys. So what's happening right now with you two?
Well, main thing, we want to play live again. Cause
Well, yeah, of course, after this bloody year and a half.
I suppose everybody will say that, you know, and we're back in the music box. We were rehearsing last night.
How did that feel?
It's great.
great.
Absolutely great, making a noise. You know?
Played, we made some noise, we came back, we went to the pub, had a few pints. It was just like almost normality.
Perfect night.
Almost.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
So we ought to mention actually, we got Tim who plays bass for us, and we got Mike Packer who plays drums. They're great guys. They sort of volunteered to help us out, and they're another example of people's arms we've twisted.
Caliber people,
And
you know.
they don't usually get paid, but you know that's it. They're really good.
Well, once you twist them, they seem to stick around. So, have you got any gigs lined up or booked up soon?
No,
you know?
we haven't. It's a real, and to be honest, I think it's a real. I don't know, it's image-wise or the reality of the situation for us. It's really difficult we find to get gigs. You know, we tend to play a selection of our songs, and we'll do some covers as well. So we're not a covers band, and we're not a pure originals band.
For me,
and it's you seem just stuck in nowhere land.
but I like that. For me, it's a nice mixture because, you know, after like 10 covers, you get, you know, it's like, it's all the same. It's nice to hear some fresh new music.
Well, we think.
Yeah, and I agree.
We do get a bit of this, you know, play something we know, and I'm always reminded of Pete Townsend when they were telling the Who, play something we know, and he said, if you listen to it this time, you'll know it the next time we play it.
Perfect answer, yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, with that then, have you, is there anywhere that you want to play at, or anywhere that's had that's on your list that you want to go and play?
Well, I keep trying to get him to get us a gig in the Moon, because I remember the original Moon Club.
So have you spoken to Rob, isn't it, that owns it? Is it?
So.
Yeah, or is it Tom?
Well, you should know.
Yeah, I shouldn't I, really? Yeah. I think it's Thomas Ingram that runs the Moon, or Fuel, one of them.
Right, okay.
And then Rob Tugood owns Fuel.
Well, if he's listening, let's put it on a night.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's get it
Let's
done.
do it. Yeah. No, I mean, I just seemed to talk to Liz. I tried to get hold of Liz, but she's very busy.
Liz Hunt, yeah, she's the other one that owns it. Well, we'll try and tap them up because they get to come on the show for an interview, and we're starting to break the
If you
break
could put
the
a
walls
word
down.
in for us, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's our
Because
job.
I say I remember the original Moon Club, and I go in there when I was a teenager, and I always wanted to play there, so I never got to play there. But it'd be really good.
It's on the bucket list of venues, yeah.
Right.
And we are writing new material as well. It'll be a different direction from Torn Mind, because we do go. So it'll be probably closer to the style of Invisibly Still There.
Okay, well, let's talk about that then, because this is the latest album you've done. No? Well, the third one. So you've done 4 in total, yeah? Okay, so this is the third one. So tell us a little bit about this. What was the mindset behind this one?
Right.
Cheeky smile there.
Because the first one was, as we said, very eclectic, and it was both of us just chucking a load of stuff on the table. So the second one, I said to Ian, I want to put some heavier songs on this, and he's fine. So he indulged me. So this was a sort of indulging Ian. It was a sort of a quid pro quo. That's how we sort of work together. And it's more like we got Rick from Albino Frogs playing sax and flute on it. Another remarkable band and a great guy, which gives it a very jazzy, sort of modern jazzy sound, even sort of Sade type sort of sound to it. There's a couple of rock songs on it as well. There's a couple of ballads on it. There's a lovely song called Sea of Chains. And then from that, then we went to Torn Mind, which is a prog alf. So it's time to do something softer, more melodic, you know.
Well, it seems to be a massive range of style of music.
Because of the mix.
And I don't know whether that's good or bad. I mean, for us, it's good.
I
think the trouble is you don't. Whenever we sit down and we have to fill in to do a release on CD Baby or whatever, what's the genre of music?
Can't
and you're
put it
really
down.
stuck, you know. And I look through
All
the
of
list.
the
And I think
above.
I have no idea what half of them are, anyway.
No, well, there's so many now. But Saturday, talking to you both, you seem to have a very good working relationship.
Yeah, we're good mates as well, yeah.
I always say there's a chemistry that you can't, you either have it, or you don't. And it seems you two have got it,
I don't think if we didn't get on, I don't think we'd carry on with this. It's just,
Because I always remember what someone said to me, people, some people just go to watch live music, not just because they're amazing musicians, they go to watch a unique chemistry on stage. So would you say you've got that unique chemistry? Things just flow?
It was getting that way going back to the lockdown. We played in the Pendragon, and we had the band. Sometimes when
you all look at each other, you all know exactly
and
what's going on.
It was tight, and the people that come and watch us regularly said best they've seen us play, which was nice. And we were supposed to be in the Buchan the following month in April. Lockdown whoosh, and it's getting back to that kind of that tightness, and I'm conscious of fluidity in my playing has gone a bit because I'm not playing enough,
No, well, I didn't pick up a guitar for 8 months because I was busy delivering pizza. But when I put in first gig, my fingers on fire. Yeah.
Well, I'm the opposite, see, because we went from a 7-piece, and I was I was a vocalist, and I've never played guitar. So I've learned to play guitar.
Fair play.
I've had a go learning to play.
No, in all fairness, makes a good fist of it as well.
I think that's the other thing with the music and the projects that we've done. It's been a fantastic learning curve in all of the things that we've learned to do. So you've learned to do all the social media, done websites, done the recording, the mixing, the mastering, then releasing albums. Whole load of and putting the band together again and playing.
You're doing all the self PR. You're doing everything.
And we do, we do.
Hadn't got us anywhere, but we've done it.
Well, you've got the online presence.
We're here though. Seriously, we're here.
Right, so let's pick us down. Right, so what track are we going to be playing from Invisibly Still There?
We're going to play Angelica.
Angelica.
Right, so so my wife is called Angela.
Okay.
She's had to put up with an awful lot over the last few years into me disappearing into my room, mixing and mastering and recording and stuff like that.
She was a music widow.
Yeah, she's fabulously supportive though. It's a song that I wrote basically for her, but also for my 2 daughters. And when you hear the lyrics to it, then they'll come clearer. I also mentioned on that Rick's playing on it on sax, but also there's a lady called Layla D from the Algal Broom. And what gets me is all of these people that we've asked to play and help us with, they didn't know who we were. We've kind of just stood them playing. We've gone out and we've said to him, "Oh, hello." So 2 old blokes have turned up and said to him after they finished playing, when they kind of the euphoria finished playing, "Oh, do you mind? We really like what you do. You sing or you play. Would you come along and do some recording on some?" And these people say, most of them say yes, which is just fantastic.
Generosity of musicians is phenomenal, And of course, if they ever asked us to do anything for them, no argument, it would be straight away. That song, the music, the chord sequences, had been around for a long time, and I just couldn't get it to this is a good example of what we were talking about. Yeah. It wasn't turning into a song, and Ian turned it into a song.
Brilliant. Right, well, let's listen to that. Angelica.
Alternative Radio Cardiff, ARC FM.
Stay close to your mom, little girls. She loves you more than you'll ever know. She got strength and she got style. She's cared for us for a while. It's time we ought to let her know. You know the world can be unkind, little girls.
Angelica.
Yeah, that's the one.
I was just reading, sorry, man.
No, it is. It's just the way I say it.
Yeah, right, we're going to talk about now the band in general. So Edison Junction Band. What do you see yourself doing in the next couple of months, year?
Well, I think for me, obviously we'll carry on doing another album when I've rested and recuperated from you've given birth to the last one.
Is it exhausting, mentally exhausting, busting
I
up an
find
album?
it, yeah. I mean, seriously, with my wife, she loses me into my garage, my studio, and for hours and hours and hours and days after day after day. Because once I'm kind of a bit driven. Once I've got it there, I've got to get it done.
But I do think that last conversation we had, we thought more like, you was talking about Raiders, and they've been releasing songs one at a time, and I think that's something because it doesn't put the same pressure on Ian.
Well, I had a couple of songs I put out as singles, which are songs that I'd written with other people a long time ago.
Oh, but he did invite me to play guitar on it.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. So it's the other way around. The boots on the other foot, Eric. And this is what I want you to play. Oh, okay. So I think that's a good way forward, is just putting out a few singles, maybe, rather than the album.
Well, I always remember, like, similar sort of topic. Radiohead said they're not going to do any more albums because it's too mentally exhausting, doing an album. They're only going to do small tracks, EPs. I was like, just man up. Just man up and do it. You got millions of fans. You're getting paid millions of pounds. So just fucking put yourself through that. But then again, I'm not in that position.
Who buys albums? I don't know who buys albums these days.
No.
I don't know. People don't buy albums anymore.
It's all streams. It's all playlists and stuff.
Well, those physical CDs there were for me, really.
Well, me now, since I'm going to have these.
But that's why we haven't got one for the last one, because I just said, this is pointless, Eric. It's.
I'm saving up. I'll get it.
But it is nice, so we can talk about the last album.
Yeah,
but you haven't got anything physically in your hand as an experience to be able to see it does exist.
But I'm more in. I want to hear about the forthcoming album. If you've got any ideas for it so far, any direction.
It will be softer, jazzier, and it'll be very much focused on strong vocals and vocal harmonies. There'll be less guitar on it. I see that, and probably more keyboards. It'll be like that.
You'd have to go and capture a keyboard player from somewhere.
Josh, can you play keyboard? I know what the size of his hands, but yeah, he can't press one key at once. So let's talk about live shows. What do you want to be doing with live shows? Obviously you want to get back out there.
We just, there's nothing for me, well, apart from maybe some family things, but there's nothing really that beats the experience of being in the middle of a live band that's absolutely on it. And I just love that. You just feel alive, and I want to just have that experience, suppose, as many times as I can, where we're still going, we can still carry the equipment up the stairs.
And that is getting more difficult.
Have you got amps with valves in? They're the worst. My God, why are they so heavy?
I mean, I've only got
I
got a Laney LC30. It's like a 30-watt valve amp. But every time I pick it up, I think, well, why is it so heavy? Is that a
And he's got an upstairs flat.
I got an upstairs flat. Nightmare. I conned Ian into carrying it up last night, but.
Right then,
just to play. And to be honest, I'm very conscious that we're fortunate to be in a fortunate position to be able to do this. We're not reliant on it for our living or anything like that. We do it for pure pleasure, for love, the love of the music.
Well, we're driven. Or I am. I'm certainly driven to play. I mean, I will play I will play for nothing, which is not a good thing for musicians who need to make a living.
So I suppose what we say is we don't want to take gigs off other people.
No.
So we're quite happy to play places on quiet nights or when they wouldn't have a band or whatever. We're happy to do charity gigs and things like that. That's whatever gives us a chance to get out the house and wind up.
No, but because we were talking, off mic just then about what type your set would be, and you do the refreshness of your own stuff and then chuck in a couple of covers. I like that because I did the EP launch before and we played the whole EP, and then after it was done, it's like, right, we're gonna have some fun now. Here are the covers, and that went down the storm.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just, it's nice and refreshing, because when you do go into places, it's just cover after cover after cover, you know, it's just boring. You've heard them all before.
But that is a problem, I think, with Cardiff, in terms, and probably other places as well, is that there's like there's a cover bands circuit.
Yeah, which I'm in. You know, I am.
Fantastic, and there are loads and loads of fantastic cover bands out there do a great evening entertainment. And then there's the
music lovers.
Originals sort of stuff. And the twain shan't meet, you know. And I think that's a bit of a shame, really. I think the other thing is, well, just throwing, you're talking about ideas for promotion and stuff. I got a thing that I think that playing earlier in the evening. I got a mate in Australia, and they kind of play early evening.
And not before everybody starts getting pissed and wanting
just to keep them in the bars after work. Yeah. So for a lot of people, you know, going into town or staying out late on a Thursday night when you got to go to work the next day, for some people will do it, but a lot of maybe family people, older people won't do it. And I really think there's a thing in there about maybe doing 7 o'clock shows or 6 o'clock shows. People just coming home from work or whatever, pop in for a couple of drinks and listen to a band. And I think, you know, that, and I know they do it in the brew house.
Yeah.
And they've got a clientele for that. But I'd like to give that a try, to be honest, to see whether that would work anywhere.
Let's see if we can get it off the ground then. Yeah.
Simon would be up for that, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people who we know, they're our age or whatever, they, you know, staying up till 10:30 is when you're out, it's late to stay out.
Get you an early slot.
Get into.
No, we like to have an early slot so we can have a beer afterwards as well, before the bar shows.
That's more to the point, isn't it?
There is another purpose.
Right then, so guys, where can we actually find you then on all the websites and social medias? And
We're
things
everywhere.
Like that? So
we're like a rash. We're everywhere.
Instagram, social media,
yeah,
Facebook.
We're on Facebook, Edison Junction Band. We're on Twitter, Instagram.
There is a Edison Junction Band.
There's a Edison Junction Band website, www.edisonjunctionband.com.
Oh, right, okay, website.
Yeah.
Something. Well,
all the albums are up on the website. You can listen and play them all for free.
Josh, these guys are more better tech than us.
At the moment.
We haven't got a website at the minute.
Well, as I said, I actually build the website as well. So, you know, and manage the web. I'm the website manager as well. So.
No, but listeners, if you've liked what you've heard, please head over to these guys on the social media, Edison Junction Band. Go to the website, give them listeners, because they're really fantastic guys. Awesome songs.
Can I just say before you finish?
Say whatever you want.
Yeah. I was listening to your songs today, Hollywood, I think, which I think is really good. I really like that. No, seriously, I like it. But you said about what for the future. I think you talk about that. Everybody's gonna have a dream.
Yeah.
So I still do have this ridiculous dream, right? That one of our songs will get picked up by someone. Maybe we won't record it, but somebody else will re-record it. It'll go in a film. The film will be it'll be shortlisted for Best Original Song in the Oscars, and we'll go to Hollywood and we'll be at the Oscars, and it's a most ridiculous thing to. But I still have this dream that may
thoughts become things. You can manifest that easily.
You can try too.
Yeah.
You move towards your positive thought. I think, you know.
The only thing that's bothering me is that I'll probably be in a wheelchair when we get awarded this.
Yeah.
You're just going down the aisle with the jack in one hand, someone pushing you down. Oh, well, you've given us a lot of things to do now. Like, we got to go away. Like, you know, I want to
go get you in the moon, the brew house, and then
to the Oscars.
Get you to the Oscars. Like,
it's not a lot to ask.
I have to say, in my dream, we don't actually win the best song.
but so
you know, we just got to be realistic about it, haven't you?
Guys, I've had such a good laugh talking with you. It's been brilliant.
Yeah, it's been great. Thanks very much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Good to be
Thank
with
you for having
guys.
us. Appreciate it.
Edison Junction Band, go check them out.